Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, bringing fun to the shift in La La Land. And I'm so excited to introduce today's guest, Tanya Memme. Hi, Tanya. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I had to say your name. I've been trying to practice it all day because I've known you for a while. It's a tongue twister. Truly.
Well, you did a great job. You did it perfect.
Yes. So I am so excited because you've been a huge inspiration for me and for, I'm sure, millions of people out there, because over the years we've watched you on Sell This House.
Yes.
And I know a little bit of your backstory, but the intention today, because this is a spiritual conscious show, and I just feel like you have touched so many lives through helping them have a sacred space in their home without a ton of money. And I know that you're up to incredible things these days, but what I really wanted was to get into kind of a girl's kind of heart-to-heart talk on a conscious level, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's do it right here in Hollywood. You know, we need more truth in today's world. So,
Oh, do we ever?
Yeah.
Do we ever? Yeah.
So I want to know, like, if you're talking to your audience, because you have a lot of fans, what is it that you really want them to know from a standpoint of, look, this is not just all, like, you didn't just, like, wake up every day and have everything happen. I'm sure you went through some trials and tribulations. Like, if you were to tell your guests one thing, like, what is it that you want them to know? What was the hardest thing you ever went through?
Well, so, you know, oh my gosh, that's a loaded question. But it's a good
Yeah, one thing and one thing only. Put it on the spot, you know?
No, I mean, really, I am just like everybody else out there. I have the same problems. I've got the same worries, the same insecurities. And, you know, people that I have met throughout all the shows I've done, I really, one thing that I know that I do is I genuinely am interested in other people.
Yeah.
And I love the underdog. Although I've been around a ton of celebrities, my closest friends are not necessarily celebrities. I love Hollywood, but I also have to take a break from it once in a while. So
yeah, but wait, just wait. Like, okay, I get like this is the you know, Miss World Canada coming out. Like, every time I see you, every time you're on a show, every time I see you interviewing, it's always about the other person. I saw you doing that show with the little girl in Cambodia. Like, I'm like, this girl's amazing, but I want to know she struggles. You know what I mean? I want to know that sometimes you're like, I give up. I want to surrender for a minute. Like, where's that place for you?
You know, I'm struggling right now. I mean, we're all struggling. Life is tough. I've always had my struggles. I mean, it wasn't easy to start and get my first job in this business. I went on 250 commercial auditions. I mean, I started off as Miss World Canada. Yes, I won that pageant. I worked really hard for that, not thinking I was ever going to win. Then I won, and then the pageant wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, and for personal reasons, I ended up giving up the crown 6 months before I was supposed to, so I didn't get the opportunity to crown the next girl. But I was accepted into the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in New York, so I went there, which was my dream, and I knew that I wanted to be on television because eventually I wanted to be in front of hundreds of thousands of people's lives and make a difference in their lives. Now, whatever, I knew that at a very, very early age. Literally, I remember the time when I woke up and I was like, wow, I grew up on a sod farm. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. Like, we're talking on a dirt road, corn stalks on one side, my house on the other.
We're like that younger generations. It's like, you know, the older generations, like, we had to, you know, walk 10 miles to and from school.
I had a bike.
The millennials are like, who are these women?
Yeah, but I mean, Star Search was the biggest thing that you could ever do to get recognized. But I mean, that's in Hollywood. How was I going to do that? So pageants to me were the only way to go to get some kind of recognition. And then I ended up winning that. It was an amazing experience as well. And then I went to New York. And so I went from farm girl to, like, I landed on, you know, 76 in Riverside. I'll never forget it. And I was there, and that's where I sort of started my journey. But you know, after you win this giant pageant, and I went to Sun City, South Africa, and competed against 86 women, and it was this, like, glamorous event. And then a few months later, I'm, you know, in New York City sweeping floors and trying to get whatever job I could because I was a student. So I was Canadian, am Canadian, and I was a student. So it's like I had to just do whatever I could. I worked under the table.
Why did you give it up for 6 months before? Why did you give up your crown?
Well, it was one of those things where the person who owned the rights to the pageant it was a roller coaster of craziness where he just sort of, I won and he took off, and I didn't really, I was entered into the Miss World pageant, and they give you a list of about 45 things you have to have before you get there, and a lot of it is very expensive. And so the funding didn't really come through because he left. I'm not even sure where he went, and it was very confusing, and it just wasn't as fulfilling, I guess. I wanted to take that and use it as a platform to give motivational speeches across North America, which is what I ended up doing anyways.
Yeah.
But I had to do it all on my own, so I didn't have enough money to buy my, my costume. You have an international costume that you have to get, and I'm going up against these women from like Australia and Miss USA, and they have like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of a costume. I literally, this is where I started doing DIY. I DIY'd my own costume. It was a white leotard with a red. It was a red leaf. I had red gloves with tassels, and I was the Canadian flag.
Oh no!
And it cost me all of like $30.
That sounds good and scary at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
it was great. I mean, it was an amazing experience, but it just, I wasn't able to use it in a way because there was so many things that went on. It's not even worth getting into. It happened a long time ago, but I really wanted to go to New York. I got into this school. I wanted to be a performer. I wanted to be in front of people's faces, and then eventually work with, women and kids, and and just make a difference. I didn't know how that was going to happen, but it was a tough road. Like,
I love that.
I went through a lot of struggles to make it happen.
Such an epic journey. I want to, when we come back, so we have to take a little break, I want to know like a few tips that you'd give people where, like, if you wake up in the morning and you go, ugh, I'm just kind of having one of those days, maybe you're PMSing, maybe some world event, the next world event's gone on, whatever that is. What is it that you do to get your mind right, to say, I'm going to get up anyway, I'm going to go do it, and I'm going to succeed and make a difference and serve others? So when we come back from the break, I want you to kind of share what you personally do, what your, you can call it a daily spiritual practice, you can call it getting your mindset, whatever it is, adjusting your attitude, okay?
You got it.
Okay, we'll be right back, you guys. Stay tuned. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to the Dr. Erin Show. I'm thrilled to be here on this journey together. And I wanted to say that if you like, share, and comment this community, it's very important as we go higher together. I also want to invite you to download my app on everything from iTunes to iHeartRadio to Google+. I know right here and right now that each day I want to be in your life for 11 minutes, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There's also 30 guided meditations on there, along with all kinds of goodies. So have a divine day, and may you live your truth. Hey, we're back with Tanya Memme. We're talking about tips that she uses each day when she wakes up, if she's having a hard day, what it is that she does to get her mind right and her attitude straight. So what is that? What do you do?
Wow. Well, in the morning, if I do wake up on the wrong side of the bed,
which happens like never.
No, never, no. For me, I'm the kind of person where I'm always in a good mood in the morning, no matter what's going on. But I think, and it's a choice. You choose to look at the glass half full or the glass half empty. I really believe that. I do things though where if I'm really derailed for some reason, if I've had an upset in my life that I'm having a hard time getting over, I will literally put on my cell phone and watch YouTube videos of people like Abraham Hicks, or I love Abraham Hicks, and I listen to her all the time. She gets me back on track again, and she was introduced to me by my mom. I'll call my mom. There's certain people in your life that will give to you energetically, and certain people that take away from you energetically.
Amen.
Yes. And you know that because when you're around someone and you feel amazing by the time you're finished with that person, you feel like energized.
Yeah, totally.
Those are the people that you want in your life. And those are the people that I try to surround myself with.
Yeah, completely.
But if you're around someone and you're feeling like tired, you're like, why am I so tired? Why am I exhausted?
Totally. Because I know that you've been through, you've obviously had amazing childhood from what you say, but you've gone through some hard things. You went through, you quit the show, Home and Life. You got to tell us a little bit about that. You gave up your crown 6 months early, and you did become a U.S. citizen 1 year ago, but I also know that you've gone through divorce. You're a single mom. So you've gone through some, what people would consider like true, like major things in life. So, you know, that's not just waking up in the morning and having a rough day. You know, how have you, have you just had a great support system? What is it that's been your biggest thing that's helped you through some of that?
Well, it all starts with, I think, how you parent your children. And I come from, my mom and dad are just, they've given me so much confidence and faith and love and support that, you know, no matter what I do or how life goes, they're just the backbone. And so if you support your kids and you treat them as if they can do anything that they ever want to do in the world, which is what my mom and dad did for me, I think that you can sort of weather the punches that life brings. And yeah, for some reason I would say, you know, the biggest obstacle that I've had in my life is I draw in people that are abusive, verbally and emotionally abusive. So that's something that I've had to deal with throughout my life, whether it's somebody that I'm working with on a TV show, whether it's an executive producer that is just, you know, causes me to quit, whether it's I'm in a relationship. For some reason, that has been something that I've had to really deal with. And I'm still dealing with it. I'm still dealing with, I have chosen to get those people out of my life, but now I'm dealing with the effects of that. So it's just, that's probably why you haven't seen me on TV in about a year, because you know, my confidence was pretty much.
Yeah, interesting.
It was, it was definitely.
I mean, thanks for sharing. And I do think that for women especially, like, it's one of our things is codependency. And, you know, I think that as we evolve and mature and step into being powerful women, empowered women, we have to learn to say no and get people out of our lives, which is a real challenging thing because we think we're supposed to love everybody. And yes, we are, but we're also supposed to put boundaries up. And I think it's huge. And for you to have gone through that is a weird blessing in disguise, because now you can be a voice for that and whatever. But I'm so curious because I had really loving parents, and we're all very healed and get along. Everyone's very healthy now, but I didn't have that childhood that you had. And I'm curious to know, what are those principles? If you were to say, you know, what are those principles that your parents had that you would say, you know, do that for other people? Because not everybody very few people probably came from, you know, a real good family life growing up.
You know, my father always taught me to do the right thing. And I don't come from my family, my mom and dad, they don't lie, they don't cheat, so I was raised in a family with very, very high morals and very high standards. Now, when you're a kid, you don't know the difference. Yeah. You just think that that's how life is supposed to work, right? So depending on whatever you believe in, whether it's karma or whether it's, you know, religion or whatever type of religion, or you know what I mean, or you believe in God, or you believe in the universe, or whatever that is for you, you know, it's deep down inside, we all know what the right thing is to do, whether you follow the 10 Commandments or not.
It's true.
We all know what's right and what's wrong. And my father taught me that, but my mother also taught me spiritually and energetically what the right thing is to do. So when I quit my TV show, or when I left my relationship, they were very, very hard, very devastating decisions that I had to make. But every single time, including leaving a relationship that I had, it all started, like, it's been sort of a thing where the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life has always ended up in this most amazing blessing on the other side. It's like, you know what you need to do. Each of us have something in our lives right now that we know we need to do. We know the change that we need to make, but it's hard and it's fearful. But once you do it, and once you get on that other side, it's amazing. It's amazing the blessings that are on the other side. And it happens every time, but you have to do the work. It's like people in a relationship going, well, it's kind of, you know, I like them, but I don't. I'm going to go see if I'm going to keep the door open, see if it, no. You got to close that door and you have to open a new one.
Great advice from the woman we love so much. I just adore you. I think you're amazing. So we have to take another break, but what I want to, when we come back, I want to hear about everything you're up to, because I know you've got some great philanthropy you're kind of up to. And then also I want to know what's happening, what's cutting edge in the world of kind of lifestyle. And I know you're up to some fun things. So we're going to talk about that when we come back, okay? Stay tuned. We'll be back with all the goodie stuff. Hold on tight.
Dr. Erin here, Doctor of Divinity, teaching universal laws and spiritual truth. And I am thrilled to announce the new show on Focus Television right here in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. Join us weekly as I interview incredible people, celebrities to your next door neighbor, you name it, your girlfriend. We're going to dive into such topics as love and relationships, health and vitality, business and money, and creative expression. And I'm thrilled to just go on this awakening journey with you as we tap into meditation, visioning processes, intuition, and all the above. So stay tuned as we do this together.
And we're back in West Hollywood right here with this gorgeous, gorgeous single mother and host, Odeeva.
Oh, I love
So
you,
that's what
Erin.
we're going to talk about right now. So I know that you've always been a giver. You've always been a server. Every single time I've seen you on an interview on, KTLA, any of your shows, you have this giving sense to you. But I want you to talk a little bit about what you're up to today with Odeeva and tell me a little bit more about it because I'm still learning about it. And so what's
Sure.
going on with that? Oh, I want to bring the box out.
Okay, so here's
Let's
the
bring
box.
the box.
Yes,
This
look
is
at
the cool box.
Cute little box.
Boxes are like all the rave right now, by the way.
They're all the rage.
So tell us a little bit about this box.
So Odeeva is, first of all, a subscription-based company. So we deliver monthly essentials to your front door every month. That way you don't have to have your boyfriend or your husband or yourself go out and get them.
Okay, you mean Tampax or whatever brand essentials? Like maybe not everybody knows what essentials are. What are essentials? Like
They are.
Maybe they're condoms. Like we don't know what essentials
all
are.
of it. You can get it all
Oh,
on the
really? You
website.
can get that
You
too?
can get skincare. You can get.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And
okay.
the skincare I actually help formulate. So it's it's a skincare line.
Well,
that
look at your face. So
Well,
your
thank
skin is
you.
beautiful. So
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm 46 now. I gotta try harder. But beyond all of that, it's really a company that is all about women helping women. And that's what my dream has always been, to be a part and live the rest of my life giving back. There is so much power in giving back.
Yeah.
And the more you give, it is very true, the more that you receive. And this company, I stand behind it because we are all about charity. We're all about, with every box we sell, we're giving a certain percentage to women in need. And inside every box, I'm not going to tell you what comes in it because we put all kinds of different free surprises in there too. So you're paying the same amount that you would pay if you go to the store, but there's fun free stuff just to, make it a little more fun.
okay, so
during
let
that
me
time of
just
month.
from someone who's like, what are they talking about? So if I get this box, I can
Yeah.
send it to somebody or I can send it to myself.
Yes.
And in the box, I can say, I want, 20 pads this month.
Yes, you can pick.
Whatever it is that I got going on. And I'm going to have some surprises in with it. Is that
Free
kinda-
surprises.
Okay, so it's like a swag bag, but it's a box and it's got all sort of
Yes.
things that you need. I love that. Okay, great.
But
okay.
the most important thing is we give back to charity, and we're all about that. I just got back from San Antonio. We're doing a tour, and I'm talking about health and fitness and wellness. And what happened was I ended up doing an interview with about 40 women, and I asked them if they knew when it was time to check their breasts for any kind of lumps or anything like that, or when they ovulated. So when I asked them the first question, maybe one person knew the answer. When I asked them that second question, 2 people knew the answer.
idea.
So I realized, I thought, wow, we need to really fill these boxes with information. So we're filling the website up with all kinds of information.
Right.
We're filling the boxes with information. And I'm so proud to say that we're launching a first period box, and this is for single dads.
Oh,
It's
that's
for
so
single
cute.
I know. So I can only imagine how uncomfortable it is to talk to your daughters about that, especially if you're a single dad.
Yeah.
Literally, you can order the box, give it to your daughter at the right time.
That's
all
so
the information
good.
is in it. It's on the website. And so I'm in full support of single dads and helping them over that
I
hurdle.
love that. I think this is what makes you an extraordinary woman, in my opinion. And I watch this over and over again because we're doing an influencer series. And what I notice is that the people that are really doing well in any industry is because they've really networked, they're making a difference for other people, they're giving. And so I think that spiritually and consciously, this is what spirit demands. If you want to rise, you've got to rise together. We're not supposed to do it alone. So I just want to really say thank you for all that work.
You're
And
welcome.
then I want to hear about what else you're up to, because I know you're kind of, I mean, you're in Hollywood, you're obviously in the entertainment industry, but yet you're kind of on the cutting edge. So I want to know, I know you're up to a couple other things, and where you see like lifestyle and industry going right now.
Well, right now, I mean, like you just said, it's very in to give back. But why is that? Because we need it. We need it. We all need it. We all need that little extra help. We all need that little extra inspiration. This is the way that I'm doing it. But you know, you also have to walk the walk and talk the talk. So I'm not just going to sit here and say, I give back and the company gives back. No, I'm going, for example, I'm going to Guatemala in 2 weeks. Well, November 5th, I'm leaving. I go there yearly with my dad, and I help build schools and houses and get kids involved and the communities involved. We build giant wells, and I've seen communities that have never, ever, ever had clean water have clean water. I'm passionately a part of that. I also, you know, did some work for World Vision as well, and helped. The video that you saw about the little girl in Jalapa, she was my special case. So I found this girl. She had a skin disease, and so I send a nurse there every month to give her supplies and clean water. And but I mean, but for me, I just know that when you give back, for some reason, you also are taken care of.
It's the law of the universe, right? What we reap, we sow. You know, what we sow, we reap. You know, I'll get it right one of these days. I don't know.
Yeah, and so moving forward with that, you know, I'm not on a TV show right now for the first time in 20 years, but I'm spending a lot more time with my daughter, and I'm also able to really sit back and go, wow, what do I really want to do for this next chapter in my life? Do I want a brand new TV show? Of course. But what's more important to me in the end of the day, is that I know that I'm inspiring people. So I have a business partner. His name is Robert Ferguson.
Nice.
He is a speaking guru. He's one of the top health and fitness advocates in America. And he's got this whole diet-free life thing that I'm doing, his program. He's absolutely amazing. We've partnered, and we're doing something called the Live It event.
Oh, great.
In San Antonio.
Okay, great.
Where we're going to teach people how to live their best it.
And where can they
happening.
find? Where can they find? They find Odeeva.com.
Yes. So,
Which is ODEEVA.com. And then how do they find Live It? Do they just go to your website?
go to my website. We're putting it all together now. The first event is in January. So
Okay,
you'll
great.
hear me talking about it. If you follow on my Facebook or any of my social media, I'm going to be definitely talking about it. But right now, yes, it's Odeeva.com.
Okay.
And it's EEVA.
Yay, I know it's hard to spell. But what I know for sure is that here on Focus TV Network, that this is not traditional TV. It really is going towards media. And I know that as we all come together, as we make a difference in the world, this is where the future is, in my opinion, for sure.
is.
So I'm so thrilled to just get to know you more as a girlfriend, and I really, really am so excited. I'm going to order some boxes for sure. I'm trying to think of all the young women, especially,
There's a lot
right?
of them,
You know, it's a fun one. It's kind of like one of those intimate things.
It's
I know
fun.
Yeah. So anyway, on that note, I look forward to watching Live It, finding out more of what's going on, and
Keep you
getting the
posted.
boxes and keeping us posted. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Check out other things on Focus TV Network right here in West Hollywood. Have a divine day.